On tonight's episode of the podcast, we went to the theater not once, but twice to check out two big new releases, and I really like both of them. We're going to talk about the new remake from Edgar Wright of The Running Man. Yeah, Arnold is gone, Glenn Powell is in, we're going to chat about it. And then over on the other side, magic is back, baby. Now you see me, poof, now you don't. We are back with Jesse Eisenberg and the gang. The 4 horsemen, the 5 horsemen, we're going to chat about it. Now you see me, now you don't, now in theaters. And actually winning the box office over The Running Man, which was kind of a shock. Over on the TV side, Landman is back for season 2. All of that, plus the news of the week. So strap on in. It is time for a new Am I on the Air? Well, all right. What is going down, everybody? And welcome back to another brand new edition of Am I on the Air? My name is DONMEGA, and I'm your host. I'm so happy that you're here to join me once again to get caught up with all the latest and the greatest when it comes to entertainment news in television, movies, and non-spoiler reviews. You come right here on a week-by-week basis to get caught up with it all. Tonight, it's season 30. It's episode 29, and tonight's show is titled Hunt Him Down. We're going to be breaking down the news from November the 12th through today, November the 18th. Got a couple movies to talk about, and of course a TV show to talk about, and then of course we got a week's worth of news to get you caught up with, so let's jump on in and get her going. So it was a fun weekend heading back to the movie theater, man. Remember, we had a couple week dry spell there going into November, the end of October going into November, where I didn't go to the theater for a couple weeks, and it really, really bummed me out. And then last week, I was able to get back to the theater for Predator Badlands and had a really good time with it. And then this weekend, I went to the theater twice, man. I had to go back to back because it was time. 2 big movies coming out, The Running Man and Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So I was excited for both these films, so I could not wait. I chose to go to The Running Man first. That was the one I was most anticipated for. Especially in the IMAX, I was ready for it. Growing up in the 80s and the 90s, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the man, and we had The Running Man from Arnold himself, because I hope you leave enough room for my fist, because I'm going to ram it into your stomach. A fun, cheese-tastic movie from the 80s, loosely based on a Stephen King book, but you know, they didn't really have the budget to do what they wanted to do, and the movie is pretty damn cheesy. And even Arnold himself said, if I could go back and redo any of the movies in my catalog, I would love to redo The Running Man. So he was very excited about this new reboot here. And so Edgar Wright steps in as the director, of course, based on the Stephen King book, and really leaning into the actual book itself than being an actual remake of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And I think that's where a lot of people were a little confused, because I keep hearing people say, like, oh, it's a remake of the Schwarzenegger film. And it really isn't. It's a totally different movie to an extent, but it's based on the book, and it leans into that. So with this one here, you got the great director like Edgar Wright, and then you bring in a new lead like Glenn Powell, who plays Ben Richards this go-around instead of Arnold. You got Josh Brolin, you got Michael Cera, you got Coleman Domingo, you got Lee Pace, you got William H. Macy, you got Katie O'Brien. There's a really stacked cast here. And of course, if you don't know, desperate to save his sick daughter, working-class Ben Richards is convinced by the Running Man's charming but ruthless producer to enter the deadly competition game as a last resort. But Ben's defiance, instincts, and grit turn him into an unexpected fan favorite and a threat to the entire system. As ratings skyrocket, so does the danger, and Ben must outwit not only the hunters, but a nation addicted to watching him fall. So, long story short, a very, very simple premise here that we've seen kind of done before, but I really like the way they played it in this one here. You know, it's like Glenn Powell is down on his luck. His little daughter is super, super sick, and they are broke. They do not know how to afford the medicine to get his daughter better. So game shows are a big thing in this future. And he says, okay, I'm going to go try out for one of these game shows, try to win some quick money, and I'll get the money we need for our daughter's medicine. Now, the one show his wife tells him to stay away from is, of course, The Running Man, because it's pretty much a death sentence. And he says, of course not. I'm not going out for The Running Man. I'm going to do one of the other shows. And he goes out, he tries out, and of course, he gets selected to be on The Running Man. And he really doesn't want to go on it, but Josh Brolin's character is basically telling him, like, look, if you do this and you win this, you're going to get $1 billion. Your family's going to be set for life. You are good to go. And it really entices him in to say, okay, let me give this thing a shot. And of course, you're on the run for 30 days. If you could survive 30 days, you get $1 billion. If not, they gonna kill your ass. And that's what it is, man. Not only are these hunters chasing you down, but the whole world is watching you on TV. And if they see you, they spot you, they can report you, they get money. So pretty much everybody's looking for these contestants on The Running Man. I loved this movie. I thought they knocked it out the park. The action is great. It's actually got a lot of humor. The acting is awesome. I really, really was engaged, locked in. I thought Glenn Powell was fantastic in this role. Josh Brolin was fantastic. I thought Coleman Domingo was amazing as the host. Welcome to The Running Man. He just has like the best voice in the world. Michael Cera's great for what he does. It really, really is that fun summer ride that I was hoping it would be, and it paid off for me, man. I loved it, and I'm really disappointed at the lack of box office and just the amount of people not really going out to support this, because I thought it was going to be a really big movie, and again, a big movie that we all thought was going to do something fails at the box office. So we're just in this weird state when it comes to box office, but I support it. I can't wait to buy this and watch it again. I highly, highly recommend it. Go see it, especially in IMAX, and enjoy the hell out of it. It is a fun thriller, action, science fiction. It's got a little bit of everything, and have a blast with it. So I know I did. And I give The Running Man 4 out of 5 stars. Loved it. All right, so next movie, I go back to the movie theater again to see Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the third film in the Now You See Me franchise. Of course, that came out many, many years ago with this group of magicians called the Horsemen, where they basically do these tricks, but they're doing them to serve the greater good, right? There's a bigger thing behind the scenes called the Eye that brings in magicians to do these things to help society, to help better people, right? And in this one here, this movie takes place, I think, about 10 years after the second one, which pretty much I think is chronologically based on when the movies came out. And the Horsemen have disbanded. So here's the rundown on it. The original 4 horsemen reunite with a new generation of illusionists to take on powerful diamond heiress Veronica Vanderberg, who leads a criminal empire built on money laundering and trafficking. The new and old magicians must overcome their differences to work together on their most ambitious heist yet. So yes, so again, when this movie takes place, the original horsemen of Jesse Eisenberg, Isla Fisher, Woody Harrelson, and Dave Franco have disbanded. And so now there's these new magicians that have kind of taken over for them, played by Justice Smith, Dominic Sessa, and Ariana Greenblatt. So they are the new kind of horsemen, but they do things kind of undercover in the style of the horsemen, right? And then Jesse Eisenberg finds them, seeks them out, because the Eye has given them a card to reunite and do this bigger mission. And then, of course, the original horsemen all come together, working with the new crew. You've seen it done before. We've done this with Fast and Furious. We've done this with the Scream franchise. I Know What You Did Last Summer, where you get the old mix with the new mix, and we kind of blend it all. Even the Expendables did something like this in Expendables 3. So, it happens. But it was really cool seeing everybody back together. Morgan Freeman, of course, popping up here. It's fun. Is it a great movie? I'm not going to say it's a great movie, but are any of the Now You See Me's really great? But at the same time, it's a unique heist film. It's a unique thriller and caper with a lot of humor. It just does it. Like that core 4 group of Dave Franco, Woody Harrelson, Isla Fisher, Jesse Eisenberg is awesome. It's great to see them back together again. It was great to see Isla Fisher come back because she wasn't in the second film. So it was great to see her reunite. I really like Justice Smith. I really like Ariana Greenblatt, so I'm glad she's blowing up. So the new crew was really good, mixing with the old crew. Rosamund Pike is always fantastic, so it was great to see her as the villain. Like I said, it's got a lot of heart, it's got a lot of charm, it's got a lot of humor. The magic shit is really cool, especially when they show you how they pulled off the trick. And there's a lot of surprises to be had, man. There was several things that happened in this movie that I was like, hey! So that always is very, very fun to have. So at the end of the day, again, is it amazing? Am I going to tell you, run out and see it on the biggest screen possible? No. But I liked it. I had a great time. The whole crew that I went and saw it with really liked it. I took my daughter to see it, and my daughter hadn't even seen the first two, and she really liked it, even though she was a little confused. But that's what happens when you jump into a third film and you haven't seen the first two. But she really liked it. My wife liked it. My friends liked it. So we all walked out saying, hey, man, that was a lot of fun. We had a good time with it. So I think if you even semi-liked the first two, you'll definitely like this one. It was a fun ride, and it was great to be back with everybody. And from the sounds of it, I mean, especially because it's number one at the box office, and the sounds of it are they're moving quickly on that fourth one, so we won't have to wait 10 years again for the next chapter. So that is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I give this one 3 out of 5 stars. Really solid, really good. And then quickly, just on the TV side of things, nothing new, but I did want to shout out that Landman is back for season 2. This is a show that I really almost didn't even watch season 1, but it was a Taylor Sheridan show, and I try to watch all his stuff for the most part, like, because I really like Tulsa King, I really like Mayor of Kingstown, I really like Lioness, so I like a lot of the stuff that this guy does. So when he brought up the show Landman, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And the first couple episodes of season 1, I was like, yeah, I really don't know about this, but I stuck with it, and I ended up actually being pleasantly surprised and really liking the show. So Billy Bob Thornton leads this one. Demi Moore is in this. Ali Larder. So I ended up really loving season 1, and it got renewed for season 2, and season 2 just came out this past weekend, and it was a good season premiere, man. So just shout out to Landman. It is back if you've been waiting. Paramount Plus, new episodes every Sunday. Definitely give it a shot. All right, guys, let's talk box office. Coming in at number 10, it is Chainsaw Man. Number 9 is Begonia. Number 8, Sarah's Oil. Number 7, Nuremberg. Number 6 is the debut of the new horror film Keeper, which is not getting very good reviews and only made $2.5 million. I was looking forward to this one because it's from Osgood Perkins, who's kind of 50-50 with me right now. I did not like Longlegs, but I did really like The Monkey. So I was curious to see where Keeper was going to land me. And we'll still see. I don't know if I'll see this in the theater, but definitely interested in checking it out at some point. But it only made number 6 with 2.5. Number 5 is Black Phone 2. Number 4, Regretting You. Number 3, Predator Badlands. Number 2, The Running Man with $16.4 million. And number 1, Now You See Me, Now You Don't with $21 million. So big upset over the weekend. As we went into the weekend, everybody was expecting Running Man would be the number 1 film. They were expecting it to make at least $20 million. And then Now You See Me kind of coming in around that 15, and it kind of flip-flopped. Running Man underperformed, only made 16.4, and Now You See Me, Now You Don't overperformed and made 21 million. So, it's very interesting to me. I'm surprised again that Running Man did not make more money. But I kind of understand Now You See Me taking the weekend because it's a franchise people know. It's the third film in a franchise, so I think people felt safer going to see some characters they know and love return. So that's your box office. And again, to recap, The Running Man, 4 out of 5 stars. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, 3 out of 5 stars. And then again, check out Landman Season 2 on Paramount Plus. All right, let's get into the news of the week. And again, if you want to check out any of these trailers, see any of this stuff, read any of these articles, our X page is the best place to go, x.com/AmIOnTheAir. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to even be a member. Just go to the URL and you'll see everything we're talking about, all right? But here, let's run it down. So the new Insidious film, yes, they're filming another Insidious, and it is just wrap production. The movie is set to release in August of 2026. The new season of Fallout premieres December 17th on Prime Video. We have the official trailer for Taylor Swift's new docuseries, The End of an Era. This will be streaming December 12th over on Disney Plus. We have the brand new trailer for Wuthering Heights, starring Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. This is Emerald Fennell's new film, and this is the second trailer here, so check that one out. Going back to Fallout, we got the Season 2 full trailer, so it's a good 2.5 minutes. Again, this premieres December 17th on Prime. I loved Season 1 of Fallout. I cannot wait for Season 2. This trailer is bonkers. It looks awesome, and I'm so stoked on this one here, man. Fallout. We found out that Benny Safdie will be voicing Bowser Jr. in the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie. We also got the first official trailer for the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, which is going to be hitting theaters on December 19th. Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2. We finally have a release date, February 27th over on Apple TV. I loved Season 1. This, of course, is the show that takes place in the monster universe that holds Godzilla and King Kong. So this is coming back on February 27th. And yes, this season will have King Kong in it, which is awesome. So February 27th, Apple TV. Going back to the Super Mario Galaxy movie, it is announced that Brie Larson will be voicing Rosalina in the upcoming film. The third Jumanji movie is officially in production. That's right, Karen Gillan, Jack Black, Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, all back. Pretty much everyone from the first two movies are going to be back. They're saying this is the final one, so very cool to see. I love the Jumanji movies. These are good family fun flicks, and I can't wait to see this third one, so very cool there. Hopefully it comes out by Christmas of next year. No official release date yet, but that's what I'm kind of guessing. We have another inside look at Wicked for Good. Of course, this hits theaters on November 21st, so this Friday. I do have my tickets to see this in the IMAX on this weekend, so we'll definitely be talking about this one next week. This is one of my big pleasant surprises of last year. I remember I didn't even want to see Wicked at all, and I got dragged to it with my wife because she loves Wicked, and I was surprised at how much I really liked it. So I can't wait to finish the story and see if Wicked for Good is any good. So we'll find out this weekend. We have the brand new trailer for The Housemaid. This is the one that stars Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried. This hits theaters December 19th. This looks really good, man. I'm excited for this movie. This is another one based on an international best-selling book. It looks awesome, and I'm really intrigued by this trailer. Directed by Paul Feig, who always seems to knock it out the park, so I'm ready for it. The Devil Wears Prada 2, an official release date, May 1st of 2026. And we have the first little teaser trailer. It's only about 50 seconds, but it definitely gets you hype if you love The Devil Wears Prada. So May 1st, 2026, Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, Stanley Tucci, all back, ready to go. We have the official teaser for Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. That's right. That is the official, that is the title. This stars Sam Rockwell, Haley Lou Richardson, Michael Pena, Zazie Beetz, and Juno Temple. Again, the movie is called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. It looks very interesting for sure. We have the official trailer for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. That's right, coming out April of 2026. Get ready for that. Check out the new trailer. It looks pretty damn cool. We also have the trailer for Liam Neeson and Joe Keery's new horror movie called Cold Storage. So check that out. It's a horror comedy. Colin Farrell will be a badass priest in the upcoming action mob movie that the Russo brothers are going to be producing. Jason Momoa is going to lead a new biker TV show that is from the creator of Sons of Anarchy. So right up the right alley. This is going to be on Apple TV. So ready for another Jason Momoa banger, that's for sure. Scary Movie 6. We talked about this one a lot. This hits theaters June 12th of 2026. And we have some official casting. Coming back. Pretty much all these people coming back. Anna Faris, Regina Hall, Marlon Wayans, Sean Wayans, Lachlan Monroe, Dave Sheridan, John Abrams, Sherry O'Terry, Chris Elliott, Kim Wayans, Damon Wayans Jr., Greg Wayans, Heidi Gardner, Olivia Rose Keegan, and Sydney Park. So that is your Scary Movie 6 cast. I can't wait to see them all back on the big screen. Netflix is going to be doing a new mobile game show. That's right. It's called Best Guess Live, which will be a new live mobile game show coming to Netflix in the U.S., where the right answer based on 5 clues could win you thousands. I remember an app doing this years ago where you would play every day and you could actually win real money playing up against other people across the U.S. So this sounds like a revamp of that for sure, but hey, maybe I'll give it a shot, man. I'll win some money off of Netflix. Why not? Sophie Thatcher and Ivana Rose Liu will star in a new comedy called Peaches from director Jenny Swan. The film follows 2 spoiled best friends who con older rich men for a living. Kenan Thompson and Kevin Hart are going to launch a new weekly sports talk show over on Prime Video. This is pretty awesome because they always host the Olympic recap on Peacock, and they're hilarious together. So I don't watch a lot of sports, but I would almost want to tune into this just because these two are hilarious when they do their sports recaps. So makes a smart move there for sure. Almost 3 decades after they graced screens with Face Off, movie legends John Woo and Nicolas Cage are going to team up again for a new crime biopic called Gambino, which would be about the notorious New York crime kingpin Carlo Gambino. So very cool there to see them back together. I am super pissed about this news that Peacock has canceled Poker Face after 2 seasons. I loved Poker Face. Such a cool show, such a unique show. Every episode was different, always had cool guest stars. Such an awesome show from Rian Johnson that was in the vein of like a Knives Out, but it did its own thing, and Natasha Lyonne was fantastic. Now, in somewhat of good news, Rian Johnson ain't trying to let this go. So he is shopping a new version of the show with Peter Dinklage taking over for Natasha Lyonne in the lead role. That he is going to play a character named Charlie Cale, just like Natasha, but he's going to be a cop. And yeah, that is the pitch that he is giving out there. No word yet if anybody's interested, if any streamer's going to pick it up, but the official Poker Face is canceled at Peacock. But Rian Johnson, again, shopping around a new version of the show with Peter Dinklage taking over in the lead role. So that'll be cool, but it's Natasha that really runs that show. And, I don't know how I feel about it, because I'm be excited to see another iteration of the show go, and it might be fresh and unique, but it does bum me out because Poker Face is one of the best shows on television, so definitely a bummer. Let's see here. The Voice is going to be shaking things up in season 29 with an all-winner trio of judges, new rules for every round, and even a fancy new title. It will be called Battle of Champions. So there you go. Glenn Powell says his upcoming A24 thriller Huntington will soon be announcing a new title, and he says the movie came out fantastic. So we'll keep you posted on that new title. Jared Padalecki has a new medical drama that he's going to be doing at CBS, and they have just opened the writer's room for that. Let's see here. Oh man, I was very sad about this news too. Another one of my favorite shows, English Teacher, has been canceled over at FX after 2 seasons. This show was super funny. I loved it. Both seasons were fantastic. I don't know what FX is thinking. Again, I hate that these shows can't find an audience quick enough before they get canceled, because they're smart, they're witty. The show was awesome. If you want to have a good laugh, go check out English Teacher. You can stream it on Hulu, and it is worth it, man. Hopefully someone will save this show, or it'll find its base probably whenever Netflix picks it up, and then everybody will be like, hey, did you see that new show, English Teacher? And I'll be like, oh, the show from like 3 years ago that nobody watched and got canceled, but now it's on Netflix. Everybody thinks it's new and hot. So, because that seems to be what happens with shows. So, but very sad about that news. Michael C. Hall is joining Noomi Rapace and Teo Yo in a new spy thriller called Strategian. Death Stranding, the video game, is going to get an animated series from Hideo Kojima, that over on Disney+. Some more news on that Colin Farrell Russo brothers team up. The movie is called Ordained. It is an action thriller. Colin Farrell will be teaming with the Russo brothers on Ordained, which is based on an upcoming comic book from publisher Bad Idea. Multiple studios and streamers are said to be in the mix for the project. But yes, it'll be produced by the Russo brothers, starring Colin Farrell, and is called Ordained. Michelle Monaghan is set to lead a new high school hockey drama over on Netflix. Let's see here. We have the first trailer for It's Florida Man Season 2. Adam Devine and Johnny Knoxville are just two of the stars. But if you didn't see It's Florida Man, this streams on HBO Max. Season 1 was pretty hilarious. They take stories, crazy stories, from people in Florida of things that really happened that seem super far-fetched, that you're like, what? But then you also, on the other hand, say, well, of course it happened in Florida, right? Crazy things happen in Florida. But what they do and what makes the show unique is they get big stars to come in and reenact these stories for the episode. So it got renewed. Season 2 is coming, and this is the first trailer for Season 2 and all its little guest stars. So check it out. Zombieland 3. Yeah, they are looking to make Zombieland 3, and they're pushing for 2029, man. So I don't know if we're going to get this thing anytime soon, but they're looking to, I guess the first movie came out in 2009. The second movie came out in 2019. So they're like, hey, let's do the third one in 2029, and it's every 10 years, right? Sounds kind of dumb to wait that long, but it sounds like everybody involved wants to do it. And they're just trying to get everybody together, and it looks like that is the supposed window for that one. The new Stephen King horror movie, Mr. Yummy, is officially announced. I have never heard of that one. Mr. Yummy. The Conjuring Last Rites is going to be hitting HBO Max on November 21st. So pretty cool there. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that one. Nick Jonas, Rhys Darby, and Danny DeVito are also returning for the upcoming new Jumanji movie we just talked about. A new Star Trek movie is in the works from John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein. They did the last Dungeons & Dragons movie. And supposedly this new Star Trek movie is going to be a fresh thing. It is not bringing back the Chris Pine-led cast, so just so you know. Sony is looking to do a Labubu movie. Of course, by the time the studios get to do these things are not popular anymore. Labubus are already going down in popularity. By the time a movie comes out, no one's going to give a fuck about Labubus. But Sony is looking to do a movie based on that toy line of those scuffy, cute, ugly little monsters. And, yeah, we will see what happens with that. Ryan Coogler confirms that Black Panther 3 will be his next film. He is currently working on it now. So that is pretty cool. Let's see here. Sorry, just skipping over some box office stuff that we already talked about. The definitive story of the Beatles. That's right. As told by the Beatles themselves, the Beatles Anthology is a 9-part documentary series that will begin November 26th with a 3-episode premiere over on Disney+. SNL, Saturday Night Live, has announced the last shows of the year. December 6th will be Melissa McCarthy with musical guest Dijon. December 13th will be Josh O'Connor hosting with Lily Allen as musical guest. And December 20th will be bringing back Ariana Grande with musical guest Cher. So three big shows to end up the year. Ariana Grande always kills it when she's on. Melissa McCarthy always kills it when she's on. Don't know much about Josh O'Connor, so not super excited about that one. But some pretty solid shows there. I was happy about this news because one of the movies that I really, really loved over the last several years and I keep hoping for a sequel is Alita. Alita Battle Angel, right? We've been waiting for Alita 2 and nothing's happening. But James Cameron, doing interviews for Avatar, said that he and Robert Rodriguez have sworn a blood oath to make Alita 2 and maybe even Alita 3. He says, we're making progress on it. I appreciate the loyalty of the Alita fans. Come on, James. I'm waiting for this because I loved Alita. It ends on a cliffhanger. I want more. Michael Mann has his Public Enemies star Christian Bale circling a major role alongside Leonardo DiCaprio for Heat 2. That's a big cast right there. Amazon MGM and United Artists will start production next year on the second installment of Mann's 1995 heist classic. So there you go, man. Christian Bale and Leonardo DiCaprio circling Heat 2. Very cool. We have your first look at the live-action Legend of Zelda film from Nintendo. That's right, production has begun, and we have your first look photos of Bo Bragenson as Zelda and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link. The film will release in theaters May 7th of 2027. Netflix's The Hunting Wives has officially started production on Season 2. Sense and Sensibility, the upcoming movie with Daisy Edgar Jones, has been given a release date of September 11th of 2026. we have the first official teaser trailer for the live-action Moana. This hits theaters July 10th of 2026. This is a very small teaser. It's less than 50 seconds, but it looks beautiful. And I see a lot of people talking shit online, right? They're like, oh, it looks just like the cartoon. Well, obviously a lot of this movie has got to be CGI. You know what it deals with in this movie, but it looks gorgeous. And then on top of that, all the people being like, hey man, the animated film was just like 10 years ago. Why would we do another one already? Why would we do a live action one already? Why not? That's my question. Why not? Like, for me, I don't like animated stuff. I do like Moana, and Moana holds a special place in my heart because my daughter, literally in 2 days, turns 12 years old. I took her to Moana when she was like 2, and she loved it. We sang all the songs together. Every day I drove her to daycare, we sang "You're Welcome." Every single day we listened to that soundtrack, and she loved it as a little kid. Now she's gonna be, 13 when the live action movie comes out, and she gets to see it in live action as a teenager. Like, that's what it's for, man. And for me, who I don't really like animated stuff, but I enjoyed Moana for what it was. I can't wait to see a live action version of this because it's a cool movie and it's a cool story, and I think I'm going to really enjoy it in live action, especially with The Rock coming back as Maui. This looks cool, man, even if it is a 1-to-1 shot of the animated movie. I don't care. So it's all going to make a lot of money, right? It's going to make a ton of money because it is Moana. So July 10th, 2026, check out the teaser trailer. We have the other trailer for You, Me, and Tuscany. This stars Halle Bailey and Rajon June Page. This is hitting theaters April 10th. We also have the official trailer for Wake Up Dead Man, the new Knives Out mystery. That's right, Knives Out 3. This hits select theaters on November 26th and on Netflix December 12th. So I am ready for it, man. I love the Knives Out movies, and I'm ready. Man, I was excited about this news. This just dropped today. Peacock has renewed Twisted Metal for season 3. So hells yeah, I love this show. It is on Peacock. It's based on the video game that takes me all the way back to my PlayStation 1. So love it. Glad Peacock has not canceled that one. We have the official trailer for The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 3 reunion. This hits Hulu on December 4th. We have the official trailer for season 2 of Tomb Raider, The Legend of Lara Croft. This premieres December 11th over on Netflix. We have the brand new trailer for Project Hail Mary. This is the new one with Ryan Gosling that comes out in March of next year. March 20th to be exact. This looks awesome, from Chris Lord and Phil Miller. It's written by Drew Goddard. I mean, it has all the right ingredients to it. I cannot wait to see this one. Project Hail Mary. Check out the new trailer. Gillian Anderson, Lizzie Kaplan, and more are joining Jeremy Strong in the upcoming Netflix show that he's going to be doing. The Julia Roberts movie After the Hunt that just came and went in theaters is officially going to hit Prime Video on Thursday, November the 20th. And on that note, that is the end of our show. Look at that. We did it right there. 30 minutes. Boom. So I love it. So that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for getting caught up with me on all the latest and greatest news. Let's do some plugs and get on out of here. AmIOnTheAir.com is the official webpage. Make sure you bookmark it and save it to get back, to share, to see all the links. It's easy, AmIOnTheAir.com. Make sure you like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/AmIOnTheAir. Make sure you follow us on X at AmIOnTheAir. You can follow me directly at DXDonMega. Same handles over on Threads and Blue Sky, so make sure you follow wherever you see fit. We appreciate any follows at all. Just like on our other social medias like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, just search Am I on the Air. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen. We are there. Just search Am I on the Air. And thank you to our great affiliates at Red Dragons Radio and the Pop Culture Pros. Make sure you follow at Red Dragons Radio and at PopCulture_Pros. Thank you guys for always streaming our show on demand. And that'll do it for me on this Tuesday, November the 18th. Like I said, we'll be checking out Wicked for Good this weekend, and we'll be back next week, same bad time, same bad channel, to get you caught up with it all. So, take care of yourselves and each other, and until next time, y'all, peace. Red Dragons!